Okay guys, in this video here, I'm going to show you how I pretty much lay out my Bitcoin charts step by step. And I'm going to show y'all literally from beginning to end here. Super simple strategy that y'all can use here. And it's going to be a little bit in depth, and I'm going to go like straight into technical analysis and literally everything in this video here. So, um, literally grab your charts, hop on Bitcoin, and let's get straight into it. So first thing here, um, I like to start on 15-minute here because it's just really clean for me, and it's really like in between 3 minute, 5 minute, and 1 hour and 4 hour. So those are the time frames that we're gonna use here on this video here. And yeah, for me, it's directly in the middle here. It's price action is not moving too quickly, and it's not too bold in a sense that it's like I just like how in the middle it is on price action. It's just for me it works for me. And yeah, so first thing, obviously look for draws and liquidity here. What do we see here? We see a nice good high right here, so we're gonna lock that in. We see another good draw and liquidity right here. We're gonna also gonna mark that out as well, so let's just lock that in here. And then let's look at some lows here. um Low right here, lock that in. Low right here, see that low and this low, okay. And then we have a very big wick down here, so a lot of price action going on in this area. Key thing to remember here. Okay, let's lock this in here. Okay, so we got some decent lows. This is pretty choppy price action. Draw, I guess you consider this a draw in liquidity here, but you know, lot of price been took out with that low. So let's not spend too much on time on that. And then obviously the big wick right up here, draw in liquidity. And then let's just go one more all the way over here, and y'all are going to see why here in a second. So let's choose this high right here. This is a good draw on liquidity here, and y'all are going to think here why, because I'm going to show y'all step by step here. Okay, so now let's take a good look at 5 minute price action, looking really decent. See a low right here, see a low right here. Okay, now let's go on 1 hour. Let's get pretty much our bias here. Bullish candle. Okay. 4 hour. Bullish candle followed by a big down candle here. So we're getting a good retracement up to the upside here. And then just a lot of blue candles in general. So that leads me to believe that we have a lot of buyers on the inside here. And what do I see here? I see bullish SMT from those lows right here, or really from these lows to pretty much these highs right here. So bullish SMT right here. Um, bullish SMT right here. So leads me to believe that there's a lot of buyers onto the upside. They want to push the price of Bitcoin to the upside here. I always like to look at volume here. Pretty steady volume. A lot of buyers on the back end here, so it's kind of tapering off, getting just slight buys. The buyer candles are much more higher than the candles here. Yes, we do got a couple of them, a couple of big sell candles there. So buyers outweigh the sellers right now, in a sense that buyers are looking to push the price even higher. Okay, so stepping to that here, draw. Let's take a good look on our draws liquidity to the downside. One, two, and three. Okay, now let's take a look up onto the upside here. One, two, three, and four. So buyers are wanting to push the price even higher here. So that leads me to believe that we are going straight into the upside. Now let's take a good look at on the 79% extension here. So that leads me to show, and if I put it right here in the middle, okay, so we see a good extension on this side here, a lot of buyers. And let's also get a good look right here. Okay, now this one's slightly more risky because the draws on liquidity to the higher side have a stronger tendency to get price to drawn to. And I like to go slightly more risky here. So I'm going to use TA to like technical analysis to, you know, get a good representation on our buyers here. Okay, so this right here, so we can remove that off. That also checks off one of our boxes here. Um, so in this price range right here, leads me to believe that Bitcoin wants to go even higher. Okay, so let's also keep on looking as well. Let's get equilibrium out here. Um, Wrong place that I put it there. Okay, then draw it to our low side on low drawdown on liquidity. Okay, so and we got two entry points here. This one with the equilibrium is slightly more risky. Me personally, I wouldn't take it. I would be a little bit more conservative on how I would like to enter because I love my entries here. I really focus, I really journal, and I really pay attention to how I enter to take an A tier trade. So let's close on down. Let's consolidate the chart here. So just from what we started here, we can, let's say we entered right here. Wow, that's like would not set our stop loss right here. Target all the way to the upside here. That is already a 1 to 3 risk reward ratio. Pretty standard for what most people do in this industry. 1 to 3, 1 to 2. If you're taking a super, super good trade, if you really want to target the highs, really push the boundaries, I mean, that's probably a 3.5. Like me personally, I'm gonna be a little bit more conservative and just target this drawn liquidity. Yes, technically this is a very, very good drawn liquidity here, and obviously you could take it and push the needle a little bit more, but I just like to stick, and that's pretty much what I'm doing. As of right now, it's pretty much like it is a slight bearish SMT on from that low. Well, yeah, slight bearish SMT here. I guess if you could really consider it, but draws on liquidity for me just shows strong buyer support, and yeah, obviously, as if we're looking at right now, we're getting a slight pullback to the downside. Hold on, we are getting a slight pullback to the downside there. Okay, let me just make that a little bit more clearer for y'all out there. We are getting a slight pullback here. So if we really want a really, really good entry here, obviously this is just a magnet for price here. Just pointing out that if y'all really wanted to wait for a good signal to the upside here. Me personally, I'm waiting for a strong pullback into this area, and this is where my entry will probably be for my next trade. Getting a good entry within this price range. Hold on, that's like way too large there. Getting a good pullback here. Okay, so we are pulling back here. Me personally, I feel like my entry for probably my next Bitcoin trade here will be probably somewhere in this line right here. Hold on, let me give y'all a good graph. Let me draw out some price because obviously y'all are gonna ask me for like prices and stuff here. So if we extend the prices out on to the right side here, um probably 110, 110, 539, and then on the lower end probably 110 372, and then on the higher end probably 10 701. So anywhere I could probably even consolidate it off for even more accuracy. We could shrink it down. Probably my highest would probably be 701, and my tightest would probably be 10 470. So that's probably it here. And that's pretty much what I use to pretty much mark out here. Look at 1 hour here. We are making a slight bearish candle. I did say if y'all really want it to be really, really conservative, enter somewhere in here where I drew out this for my really, really safe. And they only take A tier trades here. But if you want to up your risk a little bit, you could definitely wait for the pullback coming off of the bearish SMT to the downside here because we are getting a good pullback to the downside here. And then for my slightly, people that want to, use a little bit of leverage and a little bit of just slightly higher risk somewhere in here, because buyers do want to push price down before they send price soaring to the upside here. So that is pretty much what my charts are looking like for Bitcoin. I did say I was going to come out with a Bitcoin video. It is a little late, but we're making do with what we have here. Obviously, y'all can probably see the time down there. It is pretty late for me. That just shows you how dedicated I am, and I really hope y'all take a little bit away from this video on how I decide and what my thought process is. And if y'all guys do like videos on this and how I mark out my charts and pretty much my thought process when it is coming in to making these videos, and yeah, I just want this to come, pretty straightforward, no crazy indicators, no like just insane. I literally put two price ranges where to buy in. If y'all are taking slightly less risk, obviously wait before, but obviously y'all want to buy low and obviously sell Bitcoin at a higher price. I mean, that's pretty much what we do here. So learning the skill is, finding where price wants to draw to. That's pretty much, and using pretty good confluences here. I use 79% extension. I use um my gam box to pretty much dictate where price would like to go, and um I use my equilibrium to find where probably most buyers would like to buy in at, on the higher side before they send price pushing below these highs right here. And so probably a good entry would be somewhere in this price range. A good draw on liquidity right here that you could probably use would probably be that one right there. This little low candle 5. Yeah, it is a 1 hour low. Okay. It is a 1 hour low. So price entry right here made it a little bit more simpler. So yeah, let me just turn the candle wick blue. So best price entry within here. So yeah, like I said, we want price to go down a little bit before we obviously enter. So hopefully that made you know charting your charts out a little bit easier. And I know in my other videos I kind of maybe I kind of do rush out the charts a little bit more. So hopefully this is a decent in-depth video on how y'all can, draw out your charts. Okay, so some motivational to like keep y'all going and pretty much stick to it, because it really does get maybe not exhausting, but just things that are weighing down on you, a boss that you hate, a family member, people making fun of you. Um, I really do let that stuff go in one ear and out the other. People are going to say things to you, and obviously they want to make fun of you, and people are like my friend said, we were just talking earlier before I made this video. People are weird in their own ways, and that really kind of set with me, because people have their own way of doing things. People have their hobbies that they like, and people are just going to say stuff to obviously, you know, make you seem weird in a sense, or odd. But me personally, I like to be a little odd, and I like to be a little weird, but not in the sense of doing things differently. Having a passion for something, and I just stick to it. Like, this is genuinely what I like to do, and I genuinely have a passion for marking out these charts, putting out content, and helping you guys. Like, I seriously do want to do that. And I hope you are here on the journey to watch me, and I promise you watching this YouTube channel will make you a better person. And it really does make me happy to say that I genuinely want this place to be a place to where you can sit down, watch these chart videos, take info, write it down, and implement it into your own strategy here. Yes, my strategy is not like 100%. If you will enter at this price range, you will 100%. No, I'm saying that that will have a probability, a high probability of where price would like to go. Obviously, it can go lower and it can go higher based on what the market and the blockchain wants to do here. I'm just giving y'all a really good price range to buy in and sell at here. And I don't want to make this overly complicated and 1,000 different indicators on the charts, 1,000 different lines on the charts, and each of them mean something different. I want this to be simple and as straightforward as possible as it can be here. That candle wick is just a wide variety of where price can be. On this 1 hour, we just made a slight uptick candle. So price right now at 12 at midnight is moving a slightly slower. Obviously, it could pull back up higher and have a slight drawdown lower before it does sending price even higher, taking out that really big high. Um, I will definitely have charts coming out you on Monday, and I hopefully my little bit of motivational speech can keep y'all going and just watch this YouTube video, and hopefully this will, you know, make your trading slightly easier, hopefully. So I appreciate y'all coming out and watching this video here. Thank you, and I hope you have an amazing trading journey. I hope to see you back on this channel. Thank y'all.